Hello and welcome mourners to the Dirge of Mourning. I am your host, Andrew. Unfortunately, Terry will not be here today. Instead, I will be reviewing Ennui's album called QROBA. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. From 2026. So, as I mentioned, Terry isn't here, so this will be a kind of short episode, unfortunately. But I do encourage you guys to go and listen to the interview I did with the band. Links, of course, in the description. How does one describe this intro without mentioning the pain and bleakness of it all? Lasting until 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Then that's where the funeral doom comes in, with all of its misfortune. At the 4 minute and 49 second mark, we get this really cool guitar sound that plays through most of the song. The atmosphere, of course, is heavy and thick, just like the death growls. Doomy riffs and thundering drums showcase just how far this band has come in terms of production and talent. In other words, you feel every note. A solid opening track and a fantastic single. The song ends with a atmospheric fade out at 10 minutes and 37 seconds. A thick atmosphere starts us off until about 2 minutes and 18 seconds, where the funeral doom comes in heavy and full of sorrow. The death growls come in at about 5 minutes and 19 seconds. The gloomy tones continue with the music slowing down and then ramping back up again, creating this dismal feeling of dread, almost like death is stalking you. It gave me kind of goosebumps there. The guitar and drums have that classic feel from their older albums, but again a bit more polished and a bit more refined here. Then at about 8 minutes and 17 seconds, the slow part comes back with elegant guitar work. Also, the atmospheric parts full of emotion until the band comes in with their heavy funeral doom. Plus, the guitar work is just amazing here. Solo-like work is breathtaking. The death growls are strong and full of pain. A solid track, coming in at 14 minutes and 56 seconds. Right out of the cemetery gates, we get the funeral doom and atmosphere that Ennui is known for. Strong yet full of emotion, with the synthesizer just being outstanding. This intro lasts for about 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Then the band brings that heavy funeral doom we all know and love. Death growls are fantastic. At the 6 minute and 33 second mark, we get some acoustic guitar with the atmospherics, a mournful experience to say the least. Then right back into the doom and gloom at about 7 minutes and 38 seconds. The death growls are giving an ominous feel. Once again, the solo work is just insane. The tone, the feel, the mood, it's insanely awesome. As the synthesizers play in the backdrop of some of the most saddest funeral doom this band has ever done so far, ending with an acoustic guitar at 11 minutes and 25 seconds. An intro that can only be described as stars falling down to the earth, and the funeral doom-like beats of the band play, creating a mood full of sorrow and misery, lasting until 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Where the death growls come in. Again, just an incredible sounding vocal performance here. We get a little bit more of the synthesizer and guitar work at about the 4 minute mark. Then the funeral doom continues to bring about melancholy. The music, at least to me anyway, makes me feel like I'm in a cemetery looking up at the stars as the earth slowly moves. A phenomenal experience in my opinion. At the 8 minute and 22 second point, we get some atmospherics until the death growls bring the gloomy disposition back. With that said, at about 9 minutes and 40 seconds, the guitar work still impresses me. Again, what was I expecting? Exactly. The funeral doom returns, still thick and heavy. At the 11-minute and 40-second point, the acoustic guitars return, playing a somber melody mixed with some doom metal. I can only describe this as dismal, and it lasts until, this incredible spoken word performance ends the track out at 14 minutes and 21 seconds. An acoustic intro, then the funeral doom comes in with all its heartbreaking gloom. The true power of this track at first escaped me. I was so mesmerised by its doomy landscape, I almost forgot to write anything down for this song. Needless to say, it's actually my favourite track on this album. It's something that you just have to experience for yourself. This outstanding song lasts 11 minutes and 20 seconds. Words can't do it justice. You just need to go and be mesmerised by the emotion that this song creates. A true turmoil within the soul, if you will. A fantastic track. My overall thoughts on the musical side of things? I'm going to sum it up like this. It reminds me of walking through thick fog in a cemetery. It's very atmospheric, very guitar focused, the drumming is amazing, and the vocal performances here are just stellar. A must pick up record. It is a must. You must go out and get this album. Normally me and Terry do these long, in-depth talks about the meaning behind the lyrics, but since I'm just by myself, I will sum it up simply as this. Coming to terms with death and its inevitability. Go and read the lyrics and you'll be transported on an emotionally heavy and introspective journey that I just couldn't get enough of. That's probably why it took me so long to review this. I just was so captivated by both the music and the words. They are, again, fantastic. The art simply just symbolizes death, taking life, with its sepia tone colours, placed over a landscape of mountains and a river. I'm just glad that I actually don't have to mention anything about AI because, well, this was a painting, and thank Christ for that. So with that being said, I will give it a solid 9.9 out of 10 for the album art. Album scoring. It's just an incredible piece of funeral doom here. I'm going to give it a solid 9.9 out of 10. My overall thoughts of the entire album. The album is a technical marvel for the band, pushing their boundaries and the songwriting abilities, along with pushing the boundaries of atmospheric funeral doom as well. It's a must-need for any funeral doom fan to have in their collection, so go out and get this album as soon as possible. I just kind of wish that Terry was here. Oh, speaking of which, I said to her that it's kind of boring without having her here to sort of bounce the ideas off of and get feedback from what it is that I'm saying, because I'm just recording this by myself. She laughed and said, well, yes, have you looked at what band you're reviewing? And at that point, I realised that ennui meant boring in French. And now the irony strikes. Yeah. Don't forget to check out the band's other mournful offerings, links of course in the description. Until next time, mourners, remember, every day is a funeral.